Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, it does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is a Nine of Pentacles. This is a reading that is, I think, talking about kind of how you're earning money, how you are making progress, the kind of life that you're living, and how productive it is right now, or will be. We're going to have to see. We're going to put this into some context. That is the card of gain, right? This is the card of attracting to you everything that you want in your life. Right? Are we doing everything that we can to attract the right kind of energy to us? Love energy, financial energy, right? Health, abundance, all of this kind of stuff. Are we doing everything we can to make ourselves like that magnet for abundance? Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's put that into some context. Okay. See what is going on here. We've got a 3. Yeah. See, the 3 is... The 3 is everything that you get started, everything that you are getting off the ground, everything that you set in motion is aimed toward attracting the very best in life to you in a very practical way. The best people, the best opportunities, the best life, the best finances, the best health. And so it's kind of with the 3 of Pentacles that it's a decision that you make, kind of. It may be an unconscious kind of decision. No, I think it's a rather conscious decision. The 8 of Swords underneath here. It's a decision that you make. Everything that you do is a choice, right? And I think you're choosing to do more of those things that attract abundance to you. And look at that, 10 of Cups. And a 7 of Cups. So it's very important that we are discerning, right? What would we rather have, a 10 of Cups or the 7 of Cups? Well, I think the 10 looks a little bit better, right? This looks a little bit nicer. The 7 is kind of making sure we don't attract the wrong things to us. We want to attract our very highest ideals, and not what might feel good in the moment, but really is not good for us long term. It requires some thought. It requires some introspection. It requires some analysis, but not too much. And with the Hierophant, it certainly isn't about what other people, what other institutions, what society, what life, what family, what friends tell us we should want, or tell us how to attract the very best things, or what those very best things are for you. Okay? It all comes from your own will, your own consciousness. It comes from you, not from someone else outside of you. From your own dreams that you are projecting onto the world, right? 2 of Cups and the Chariot energy. Very nice. We are making progress toward our best life. And I think this is the exact right attitude to have. Now, I think that sometimes we get a little confused. Sometimes we start analyzing things too much. Sometimes we may find ourselves a little bit too much in the swamp here with the 7 of Cups. But we just get back to it. We invoke our will, and we go back to our highest ideal. Where we want to be is right here. We want to be in this earth energy, looking up at that 10 of Cups. This is what we're trying to manifest. Sometimes we get here. Sometimes we get too introspective. We get too analytical, right? Sometimes we try to go too far against the grain that we think this is going to be better. It's almost like if somebody if somebody's telling you what to do, you're going to do the opposite. Well, what if they're telling you to do something that really is good for you? You're going to do the opposite of that. We have to be careful with how much we rebel against the Hierophant. All right. And then, of course, we have all these really wonderful energies here on this side. Let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to put Alien, Simon Mork Ripley, and Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this tarot card reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. All right, let's look around the room. Major arcana here, major arcana here. And this, sometimes with the Hierophant and the Chariot, we've got the idea of conformity, obedience, staying in our lane, doing what's expected of us, doing what is required of us, not rocking the boat, not going against the grain, right? Sometimes the Chariot really likes to be under the authority of the Hierophant, likes to be in this kind of box over here. But you've gotten really far away from that Hierophant, haven't you? I think that you have always done things your own way. I think that you've always been the kind of person that kind of goes against the grain, right? I feel like your Chariot, well, obviously, your Chariot's way over here. The Hierophant is way over here. You've put some distance between. Maybe this is family, maybe this is culture, maybe this is society, maybe this is the institutions, the religion maybe that you grew up with. Maybe this is just, in general, the energy that tries to tell you what you want to do, what you want, how you want it, and blah, 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 blah. And we don't need that. We don't need approval. So I feel like you're getting very far away from needing anyone else's approval because you're trusting in yourself. Because you know the difference between what's good for you and what's not. You know how to attract things to you. You've got this law of attraction thing down like a master. Sometimes we have doubts, sure. But generally speaking, you're following your dream. The Princess of Cups, the fish in the percolator. You're finding mystery and magic in the everyday world. Everywhere you look, you know how to find something special about it. You're finding the extra in the ordinary, right? And I love it. And I think that this is really serving you well. And this is bringing you into so many new experiences in your life. And this is allowing you to connect. We have that Two of Cups, to connect with so many different things, different people. And it's just a matter of discerning what is good for you and what is not. What is kind of either just a lateral move or maybe some quicksand, right? A sinkhole or something. And what is your very highest ideal? What is your best life? What is your wish, your dream come true? This is you finding it in the everyday world of the environment, manifesting your highest dream in your environment, in your world. This is absolute magic, right? So we've got the two major arcana cards. You've gone your own way in life. I think that you have you've become someone very resistant to other people's opinions. Yeah, you have a kind of armor that you wear against the influence of other people, and that really comes from a self-confidence. Well, you got this fire in there. You know, this is your general energy, and that is one pointed, unified will. That is an awakened mind, heart. That is consciousness. That is awareness. You've got your eyes wide open. And you don't need anybody to tell you what you're looking at, you know? And to me, this is very powerful energy. Very powerful. So we got fire. We've got water, 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 water. A little bit of air, a little bit of earth. The earth is really where it's at because this is the physical things in the physical world. This is within the context of what you do with your body and your stuff and the mechanics, the actual material world, and our interaction with it. That's where all of this takes place. It's not taking place in the mind or in the spirit or in the heart. All or in the ether, in the astral. It's taking place in the physical world. Yes, all those other places too, but primarily in the decisions that you make. What kinds of things are you setting in motion in your life? Three of Pentacles. You understand the process of creation. You know that everything you do is attracting something to you. It's an energy that you are expressing that is attracting similar energy to it. So are you going up? You're going sideways or down, right? Are we going 10 of Cups or are we going 7 of Cups? This is really important energy. It's important to know. And I think especially right now in your life, maybe there is a decision that's kind of on the table. Maybe there's something that you are kind of overanalyzing. 8 of Swords here. Pay very close attention to this, Libra, because there is something that may seem like it's very good, but maybe it's not, or the other way around. Maybe something that seems like it is toxic, but it really is a big step on the way for you manifesting your dream life. Okay? And I think maybe we're having a hard time figuring this one out. Yeah? There's something going on that you don't have your kind of rapid fire decisions. This is something that is taking longer to kind of figure out if we want it, if it's good for us, right? Spirit's telling me to ask about all the animals on the bed. You have a lot of animals that sleep with you at night, right? Or I feel like they didn't used to, but lately they all have been, right? Or maybe there was one that kind of never did, but they've been coming around more at night. Something's different with the animals at night. That's the impression that I'm getting. Okay, and it could be that animals really sense that there is some kind of turmoil going on in you, and they're acting as that kind of comfort for you. There's a connection to Italy in either with you or your family. Are you from? Maybe you're from there. Or you vacation there, you visited there, or the decision that you have on the table now has something to do with the Mediterranean. Yeah. Pay very close attention to your feelings on this one. And let yourself, usually with the 8 of Swords, we say, you're analyzing too much. You're spending too much time thinking about this. Maybe you just need to go with the flow, right? Well, maybe going with the flow is going to take us right into this quicksand, either by not doing this thing or by doing it. And that's what we got to figure out. You really have to pay close attention here. And let's say, if this is something over in, Naples or something, are you making your decision based on this whole idea of being contrary, right? Are you saying yes just because they want you to say no? Are you saying no just because they think you should say yes? We have to really pay attention to why we're doing what we're doing, why we are leaning toward a certain decision or the other. Because these are really two different energies up here. We want this 10 of Cups. This is the ideal, best life, happiest life, dream come true, picture perfect. All success, all happiness, satisfaction on every facet of your being. It's love, it's joy, it's creativity, it's romance, it's adventure. It is really the dream life. And this is what we want. And we can't sabotage our own dream life just because we're going against what this person says or what this energy is. Now, maybe this is a parent. Maybe this is some kind of an authority or some kind of a standard or maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's just like some sort of expectations that have been placed on you. Okay? And we can't make our decision just based on this, just as a reaction to this institution, this person, this energy, whatever this is. Okay? And yeah, of course, with the 7 of Cups, sometimes it appears that this is going to be very good for us, but upon closer inspection, we see that it's kind of slimy and not all that great. Okay, that we really don't want or need this, that we shouldn't really be in this, because it's quicksand. The longer we stay, the more we struggle to get out of it, the deeper we sink into it. So once you step in there, you're kind of in a bad spot, you know? So we'd rather avoid this altogether, if at all possible. But we have to know, we have to be able to see when we're kind of driving toward this thing. Now, Spirit's telling me something about a text message. I don't know if, did you text somebody by mistake and it kind of resulted in something awkward? I feel that there's a little bit of, a little bit of egg on your face, so to speak, with that. I don't know who that was, if it was an ex or if it was a family member or something. You said something there that you're like, oh, I really didn't want to say that to that person. And it was kind of awkward. And then I don't know if like you ever texted anything back, or if you just kind of like turned your phone off and just ignored it, right? Pretend it didn't happen. Anyway, let's go to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I do appreciate that. Okay. We got the Ace. The Ace of Wands, general energy. Usually, you're very quick at making decisions. Usually, you can see, you have this open awareness. You know what things are. You can easily see between these two, and you know what you're doing, because you're trying to live that best life. With that Nine of Pentacles, you're trying to make every decision be a decision in the right direction. Every action, every thought, word, and deed wants to go closer to this Ten of Cups, wants to attract more of this good stuff into your life, not attracting this kind of toxic stuff, right? But I think lately we've been a little bit confused about this. Is this really the kind of instant decision of somebody that knows themselves and has kind of this confidence and this expanded awareness and this consciousness, Or is this impulsive? Is this just a reaction to that Hierophant energy? And we're trying so hard to not conform to that we might be making decisions solely based on that, and not actually on what is going to be the best for us, but on what is going to be the most contrary. Yeah. So we really need to look at this carefully, whatever situation you're in right now. Tap into your spiritual energy here with the Ace. This is the only fire here. You have to bring the light of consciousness into this situation to see what's really going on, to see if this is something that you really want to start. Do you really want to get the ball rolling? And which way is it going to roll? You've got to bring, this is your torch, this is your consciousness, this is really all you have is your inner light. And we're bringing that. We're not relying on this energy to tell us what's good or not good for us. We're using our own awareness, our own expanded consciousness. Now, with the Princess of Cups in this environment, I wonder if I feel like you're a very creative, very talented person, very imaginative. And I almost wonder, Spirit's telling me the talent show, but I don't think, not that I'm trying to disagree with Spirit. I don't know if it really is a talent show that I'm kind of being shown, or if it's meant to be somebody that makes a show of their talent, right? That it's not really that you were like literally in a talent show when you were a kid. Maybe you were, but I think it's more of you have this creative energy that just kind of shows through your personality. It's no matter what you do, you could be wearing a suit and tie, but there's just some sort of creativity that comes out even in the most kind of conformist of situations. You still have a show of this talent, of this creativity. Yeah. It's even let's say a very talented musician is just trying to play basic scales, right? Very, very formal, very, very basic, but they can't help but their talent is just, wow, like it blows everybody away, but it's something very simple, right? They're tuning the guitar and it's like blows everybody out of the water. Whoa, right? I don't know what that is about you. I don't know if you're a musician or if it's I feel like it's more dramatic. you know. I feel like it's very expressive, and I don't know if it's something, it kind of feels like it's a visual thing. I don't know if you do something with clothing or design, or maybe it's fashion or makeup or something like that, but it's something extremely creative. And it's a real talent, and I think it's who you are. It's not necessarily that, you know, you go to work and that's what you do, or you are in a talent show. No, I think kind of life is your talent show. You know what I mean? Anyway, Spirit's pointing that out as something significant to you. Okay. But the Princess of Cups in the position of the environment is also you looking for synchronicities, finding confirmations and validations in the world around you to show you kind of what path you're on here. Okay? And it's kind of like if you follow the synchronicities, you follow the breadcrumbs that Spirit leaves for you, and you know what choice to make in this situation. Yeah. But we have to be looking for them. We have to bring our consciousness out into the world in order to see the synchronicities. A lot of people say, well, I don't believe in synchronicities because I never see them. You know, it's never happened to me. I've never seen a ghost, right, or a UFO or something. Well, you got to go out and look for them. Maybe not with the UFO, really, but it happens spontaneously. But it's kind of this weird situation where if you want it to happen, it's not going to happen. But at the same time, you have to have an open mind and you have to be looking. Otherwise, you're not going to see it. There is synchronicity all around you right now, but we're going to miss it if we are too much in our heads. But yet we need to be discerning. We need to figure this situation out. How do we combine? Lately, I've been realizing in these readings that the card down here underneath everything, this is kind of what's within you, what's underneath the surface. And this is the card of the environment. These two cards always connect together. These two cards have a very special relationship. Because this is not only you and your environment, right? What's within you and then what's outside of you. But this is also the appearance of things and then what's beneath the surface of that appearance, right? So we can't have all of this. Is like you lift the cover off of something and it's just a tangle of wires. Well, that's just, we're going to put the cover right back on there, you know. Someone that's trying to, I'll fix the toaster, you know. You take it apart and it's just wires everywhere. And you're just like, maybe not. I'll send it in for repair. I don't know if anybody even still uses toasters. I don't think I do at all. Anyway, we really want to shine our consciousness on things, and we can't use the mind to try to explain everything that's going on around us. Maybe this mental energy is good for underneath the surface of this. We have to look at what's really going on here in terms of our own psychology. But when it comes to the environment and the signs and symbols and everything in the external world, we don't want to overanalyze that. We want to witness it. We want to shine our light on it and experience it. It's kind of what I say when we have a focus on dreams, and maybe the Princess of Cups is talking about your dreams. We want to record our dreams. We want to write the stuff down so that we remember what those symbols and images, the pictures, the scenes are, but we don't necessarily need to write a narrative. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be a full prose kind of thing. Just write the symbols in there. Duck, you know, a blade of grass, water balloons, you know, whatever. Write down the images. Not necessarily the order of events or the narrative of the story, unless that's something that's very prominent. You don't have to try to connect it, invoking your conscious mind to fill in those gaps. That's not what we want. We want to see what was there and, as well as we can, remember it right away, write it down, before our conscious mind wakes up from the dream and starts filling in the blanks. If the blanks are there, fine, it's blanks. Write down whatever pictures you remember, whatever images or words or sounds, or the scene, or whatever it was, or the event even. But it has to be very pure consciousness and not the conscious mind creating stuff where there wasn't anything. Okay? Because that's what the mind does. The mind fills in the blanks. That's its job. Yeah, that's its job. And so I think your dreams have been very, very prophetic lately. But I think that we may have fallen into too much analysis of those dreams rather than using those dreams as starting points for our witnessing of those synchronicities, right? It's the images and the connections that we're making with the images and not so much the narrative or the explanation of that. So we find those synchronicities between our dream world and our external world in the form of symbols, sounds, certain colors or numbers or words, phrases, certain people maybe that appeared, certain events, certain scenes, right? It's not so much the narrative, but it's those images, those symbols. Okay? And all of that really to say that you're making the right choice in this situation. We got the Two of Cups. What you really want is to attract to yourself those things that are going to bring you closer to your dream life. And this is kind of one at a time, one decision after another. And in this case, you really have to make the choice. You have to choose to unite with that which is going to bring you closer to this. Okay? That's your quest. That's your journey. That's the quest for the Holy Grail. You are one cup. You're in search of that other cup. Because you're trying to, you want a lot of cups, right? Ideally, we want all 10 of these to be overflowing. Yeah. So we've got that Chariot card at the end here. This might have something to do with your home, something, in the place where you live, right? And maybe we're relocating. Maybe there are some changes, having to do with your home life or where you live or what the situation is at home. Okay. Spirit's also telling me that you do a lot of baking. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but that you bake a lot of stuff right in the oven. Interestingly, though, yeah, the Chariot card kind of has that oven furnace kind of vibe to it. Yeah. And so I think that this is, you're collecting all of these holy grails as you build up your best life, as you manifest your dream life. It is something that you're bringing into you, and it's like it's incubating in your soul, and it's propelling you forward, kind of one thing at a time, one step at a time. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see what's going on there. Thank you, my friends. Okay. For the mystery card, we could maybe go with the Justice card, right? Your Power card. It would show that we are judging things appropriately. We are being discerning. We are valuing things and evaluating things appropriately in terms of this present situation. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I'm going to say Ace of Swords or the Justice card. Oh no, it's the World card. It is the World card. You're creating your world, and this makes a lot of sense to me because it is kind of like we're absorbing something, we're being nourished by something, and that's giving us kind of the fuel to keep that chariot moving. And the Chariot kind of has that idea of sometimes enjoying the obedience and the conformity, being in that box. I think you're creating your own box, you're creating your own world, and there's no boundary to it. There is, for all intents and purposes, there's a certain kind of perimeter, but you're pushing that further and further out. Because for one, that 10 of Cups is not a stationary, solid, complete, final thing. It evolves. Really, it's a 10 of Cups, it's a 20 of Cups, it's a 30. It's exponential, right? So it kind of is like this boundary around you, this fence around you, which sometimes is literally the conformity of the Hierophant. It's a fence around you. Well, you keep pushing that fence outer and outward and outward and outward and outward. You're pushing boundaries. You are pushing envelopes. You're challenging yourself. You are expanding your world infinitely. Yeah. We've got to pay very close attention to what is going on. What is this big thing right now that you're kind of a little bit confused about, right? Maybe confused isn't the right word, but what we seem to be analyzing quite more than usual, okay? Because we have to think in terms of the overall picture, the greater significance of your life. What is the right choice for this situation for you right now? Okay. Now, we are going to do an extended reading, so please stay tuned for that. New readings for Libra every Wednesday and Saturday, but I'm here every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Just come back and see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.